Rugby, a gentleman's game, in this case played by ladies. 28 teams from 8 counties from the East Midlands and from East Anglia played in Letchworth today. From under 11s to under 17s, all of them girls, and all of them loving the rough and tumble of what is still predominantly considered a man's game.
It's quite physically challenging, and I think it's good for women because it shows that
Hertfordshire alone which offer girls rugby, and 2 or 3 years ago you can count them on the fingers of one hand with plenty to spare.
28 teams from 8 counties took part in the Hertfordshire Girls Rugby Sevens competition this weekend.
At first, when you watch it, you're a bit off-put, and I was a bit nervous.
do something rather than all do netball sports and all that.
At first, when you watch it, you're a bit off-put, and I was a bit nervous when I first started, but now I just love it, and it's something different that no one else does. So.
In Hertfordshire there has been an explosion in the number of women playing rugby, and that's been replicated across the country. And despite the fact that top league games don't get a great deal of TV and press coverage, women players are being very successful nationally and around the world.
The women won the Six Nations this year. They're in Six Nations. They're in the World Cup. There's a World Cup in Canada this year, and they're second favourite probably. New Zealand would be the favourites in that, but England would be the second favourites and stand a reasonable chance of winning it. So on the field at the moment, they're considerably more successful than the men.
Some of the girls who played today love the game so much they have aspirations to play at a much higher level.
Something that I really would love to inspire towards. Just playing the game professionally, moving on up, maybe getting international colours. It would just be a fantastic experience.
It's one of my lifelong dreams. I've always been interested in rugby, but I've never played rugby. Haven't played rugby for that long. I've only for about a year and a half. But it's been excellent.
This is the second year that the Hertfordshire Girls Rugby Sevens have hosted this tournament, and this year twice as many teams turned up to pit their skill and strength against each other. Carl Heidel, Anglia News, Letchworth.
Letchworth, and a sport that's getting really popular. It's women's rugby, and they're giving the blokes a run for their money.
The game is growing really enormously. Hertfordshire there's now 10 clubs in Hertfordshire alone which offer girls rugby, and 2 or 3 years ago you can count them on the fingers of one hand with plenty to spare.
28 teams from 8 counties took part in the Hertfordshire Girls Rugby Sevens competition this weekend.
At first, when you watch it, you're a bit off-put, and I was a bit nervous when I first started, but now I just love it, and it's something different that no one else does, so that's why I do it, really.